Well, welcome back to the garage. Work continues on the 1972 Buick Skylark Sun Coupe. We have accomplished I think a whole lot in a pretty short amount of time. I didn't do a very good job of filming all of it. Okay, I'm sorry. I get to doing something and I forget. And so when Caden is not here with me to remind me that we're filming this whole project, I forget. So let me catch you up. We pulled the motor out. You should have seen that because this video here is going to be, I believe, part 3. So you should have seen the engine coming out. We got the engine and everything separated from the transmission. Once all of that was out of the car, that was basically the end of that video. Now where we're at, I have disassembled the engine as far as I could. We'll talk about that. I have started disassembly on the front half of the car, and that's when I remembered that we weren't filming anything, and I did that by myself. And now I got Caden home and I want to get him in it. This is his car, so I want to get him involved in some of this disassembly and just let him have some fun with it too. So today's video is going to be getting rid of this fender, core support, an inner fender, and whatever else has to go with that to make that happen. We're going to get this stuff ripped out of here. If we have enough time, we'll push it out and fire up the power washer and really clean all of what's left so that we can start wire wheeling the frame rails and the firewall and everything, and at least get this portion primered, if not even painted black. For now, we're just going to paint the engine compartment with the engine enamel black stuff. So the old, what is it, Duplicolor DE 1635 14 6 4. There's a can of it over there. I don't know. I don't remember. But it's Duplicolor and it's engine enamel low gloss black, not matte, not shiny, in between somewhere. Okay, so that's what the plan is. So before we get started, let me walk you outside and I'll get you caught up on the engine teardown process. And then from there, we will just jump right into this, and Caden's going to start tearing apart the rest of this front end. Here we go. So here's what's left of the engine. Like I said, I've got it all torn down. I've got the intake, the heads, of course the exhaust. Did get the timing cover, which also has the oil pump cover and part of the water pump, all of that. I want to bring you in here and show you. Come on in here, Caden, and let's show them what we're looking at. Lifter Valley is in. It's in trouble. I was only able to get this one lifter out. All the rest of these are some level of stuck. I mean, I was able to move some of them a little bit, but all of this is broken away. Probably, best I can tell, it's either a combination. No, I think it is a combination of this thing got really hot, and which made some of this brittle. And I also know, because I found some more evidence, this car sat in a barn for a long time and had a lot of rust. The cam's completely seized up. The crank is completely seized up. And that's unfortunate because when you actually look at the crank looks like it's in good shape. I got to the point where I was just taking apart anything I could take apart the other day. If I could get, caps off, I was trying to get them off. So we got some of the rod caps off. We got all but one of the main caps off. But I cannot turn this motor over. Broke the bolt off in the crank trying to get this thing to spin over. I've tried all the tricks. I've tried spraying the stuff down in the hole. This thing's locked up. And so, unfortunately, we are not going to be able to use that motor, which does kind of change the flow of the project a little bit, because now we have to decide, are we still going to go Buick? Do we want to just kind of hybridize the thing and put a small block Chevrolet in it? Do we want to LS swap it? It's Caden's car, so I'm letting him kind of make those decisions. At this point in time, as it's not like this thing's a prized possession. It's very, very rusted. It's going to need a lot of work. Engine's locked up. The transmission, I've got a buddy of mine that rebuilds transmission, so I'm going to send that off to him. He's going to go through that. I don't foresee there being any problems there. Usually those things can sit and and we're gonna just go ahead and pull it apart and rebuild it. So I think the turbo 350 is gonna be fine. Rear end is probably okay. We'll change the grease, we'll look at all that. But the motor, she's locked up. And that lifter valley is just so destroyed. I think the motor's just junk. I wanted to get the crank out of it and see if I could salvage that, but as of right now, I can't even get the crank out of it. So anyway, that's where we're at. Now, let's walk back into the garage here, and I want to give you kind of some cool other news. Some of you guys, pardon the mess, we're rebuilding a Buick. Some of you guys might have actually came over here from a video on a channel called Mr. Good Pliers, which honestly, until the comment on the last video, I was not aware of Mr. Good Pliers channel. I've actually gone back now and watched a bunch of it. Great channel. If you are over here from that channel, you probably recognize this car, because in a video about, I think it's almost 2 months ago now, this car was pulled out of a barn in Kansas where it had apparently sat, according to the title, the last time this car changed hands was 1990. I don't know after that how long the car sat. But if you're over here from that channel, glad to have you here. Hope you enjoy the process of this project that we're going to be doing. And we're just going to tear into this. We're doing it kind of old school style. Don't have a big shop, anything. This is literally, you know, an old school shade tree mechanic garage resto shop project thing for Caden's first car. So glad to have you here. Thanks for coming over. If you did come over from there, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel so you can follow along. But that's what's going on here. So go check out, if you don't know that already, go check out Mr. Good Pliers. That channel is pretty cool. There's one about pulling cars out of tree rows and barns or something, or out of the woods and barns, and then there's another one right before that about auction, and that's the one that this car's in. So pretty cool deal there. And we bought it from the guy that bought it at the auction. So pretty cool. A little bit of history there. Anyway, now you're caught up, and we're gonna dive in, and I'm gonna let Caden just start. We're just gonna start pulling parts and pieces out of this thing. Probably gonna start by going ahead and getting the condenser out of there. Caden, did you say you were gonna run the AC or not? You said you don't want to run AC?
I don't know yet.
Don't know yet. Okay, so we're gonna have to save the parts that we pull off as far as the AC. I don't know that condenser is fixable. She got banged up a little bit by the motor, if you know what I'm saying. My last video, by the way, also my phone battery died, so sorry it cut short. Anyway, let's just jump in, and I'm gonna trade places with Caden. I'm gonna take the camera, he's gonna take the tools, and here we go. Go for it. So when you're doing that, now that you have it on there, push the ratchet. Twist it like, no, other way. Push it to loosen it. There you go, now release the trigger.
Keep doing that?
You can, yeah, keep doing it until it breaks loose. Yeah, it's loose now, go ahead and push it.
What?
Pull trigger. Yep. Go for it. Basket right over there, the magnet. I'm going to take the other one off on the other side. That side freed up too. Pull it forward. Yeah, we're gonna have to take off those lines. Okay. We'll grab wrenches. All right, it's been slow. It's been a lot of bolts to get these fenders off, right, Caden? Caden, I think, has had his fill of fender work for the day. But that front core support's ready to come out, isn't it, Caden? Yeah. Go ahead and see if you can give her a pull. Get it separated, kind of come, you'll have to lift up with your right side and get it out of there, and then it should pull free. See if anything's hanging up to you. Nope, you're good. I'd bring your right hand towards the front. Yep, and just circle around that way. Or, yeah, or go, that works too. Yeah, whatever works for you, buddy. Come on, watch your feet. Watch that bumper on the ground there. He never knew that restoring a car meant taking it entirely apart, piece by piece. Did you know you had to do all this, Caden?
No.
Nah. But are we having fun yet?
Sure.
Now be careful when you set that down because we don't want to booger that grill up.
Set it on there?
Actually, just set it right here on the ground for right now. We'll and lean it back towards itself. Nope. I want you to lay it where the grill's facing straight up in the air. Yep, keep going, just like that. There you go. That'll work. This is where I was talking about that core support is bent. I mean, she's bent pretty good. And honestly, I was gonna try to salvage it, but it's rusted out there. It's rusted out around the body mount. I know you could replace those pieces. Rusted out there, but this thing's got so much rust in it that I feel like at that point, I'd rather take the good grill that's on there and salvage that and just put all new good metal in there if I can find a good one. It's gonna be hard to find a good one, and you know, as I'm learning, Buick parts are hard to come by, but should be getting ready to start pulling that front fender off. All right, here we go. Passenger side fender coming off. There you go. Yep, walk it forward a little bit. Drop that front down. There you go. That should have freed that off. And now let's just take that over there. I'd go the other way. It's real muddy right there. Go back through the grass there. Set it over there. Set it kind of beside the truck. Paint side up. That way we can kind of assess. Yeah, there you go. Get a hold of it underneath the fender well there. Yeah. Just lay her down right there. All right. That's all that's left as far as body panels to get off. The inner fender wells are usually fairly easy to get off of there if you don't have to move the mouse hotel first. But we'll get this inner fender well busted out of here real quick. And then we'll be, we might go ahead and power wash it since we already got it outside. What do you think, Caden? Power wash it up? All right. So we'll get back here in just a second. And just like that, got to kind of wiggle her out of there. It's down kind of in the, yeah, kind of up and out. Try before you pry. There you go. Inner fender well is out. Set that anywhere over there on the ground. Nice. Forgot my trash cans right there in the way. All right. Inner fender well's out. Here we go. Looking like a hot rod. I mean, looking like a hot mess. Right, Caden?
Looks great.
Huh?
Looks great.
What?
Looks great.
Looks great. All right, I say we get the power washer out. We're gonna have to clean up tools and stuff and get the stuff out of the way that we don't want getting wet. Roll the windows up on the car, and let's power wash this front end and get her all cleaned up. Well, as you can see, I'm going to just kind of pan down here. Front end is disassembled. You saw it on the video. We took it out. We power washed it. The next steps is going to be getting these body mounts broke loose, getting them out of there. We're going to wire wheel all this. We've got some stuff to remove. Got to figure out what we're going to do on the AC, get a lot of this stuff out of the way, whether we're using it or not, but get it out of the way, disconnect all the wiring, and then it's going to be wire wheeling all this and just getting this painted. And Bowser's inspecting it right now. That's good. Notice the one thing, couldn't help it. Not a whole lot going on there. Well, regardless, there's no shock on the driver's side. If you look right in there, it's all spring, no shock. This side, got a little yellow shock in there. So, you know, Kenny told me a story once of taking the front shocks out of his old 55 Chevy because if he hit the gas hard enough, the front end would spring up and it would cause better weight transfer, and he could do a wheelie in his 55 Chevy. Anyway, that's the end of this one. We're just going to keep bringing you along. One of the next steps is getting this done. We're going to get up underneath the car, start getting all the scraping and everything done there, wire wheeling and rubberized undercoating underneath there. So that'll last another 27, 58, 39 years. Hopefully, I don't know, all of the above. But yeah, there you go. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming along. Make sure and hit the like button, subscribe. Appreciate all the views, but most of the people that are viewing these videos are not subscribed to my channel. So please subscribe. I'm not just working on this car. Anything that comes up on the other cars, I go ahead and put it on here too. So we'll see you next time.